Welcome, everybody, to beautiful Miami and Hard Rock Stadium, site of this year's Capital One Orange Bowl, part, of course, of the college football playoff. We are through the opening round of this year's playoff, and now the pressure is mounting in the quarterfinals. A matchup between one side that's had time to rest and recover, and another team that's battle-tested, already off one playoff victory. As we'll see the number 5 seed in this playoff, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on the number 4 seed in the playoff, the LSU Tigers. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Chris Fowler, here in the booth with Kirk Herbstreit. And here we go, a college football playoff quarterfinal game. We'll see which team's going to be moving on. Kickoff team is out there. Great energy as this playoff game is about to get underway. He's going to return it from deep in the end zone. Tackle at the 13. Not great field position to start the drive.
Texas A&M offense will take over 1st and 10.
Line getting set up. It's a first down play. Ball handed off. Tackle made at the 23 as they gain some important breathing room.
When this back has room to run, he really can hurt you with his speed and ability to accelerate upfield and pick up a first down. Think about A&M backs over the years. They have been spoiled. Some great backs, most recently Devon Achane and Isaiah Spiller. But even going back, people forget Dante Hall when he wore that Texas A&M unit.
The gain is 3. Now it's 2nd down and 7.
With the defense coordinator this week already telling us about gap integrity, not giving this running back any creases at all. Really sound defense on that play.
Now it's 2nd down here. Linebackers trying to confuse this offense now. Makes a quick catch. He's tackled quickly, but the yardage is good enough for the first down. The Aggies come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. And the wideout goes in motion. Gives it to the back. Running with purpose. And he's tackled right at the 40-yard line.
Great job by the offensive line here, opening up some holes and giving the running back room to run on first down. Plays like this can open up the playbook for the play caller, allow him to make that defense think, are they going to run? Maybe play action, maybe throw the ball downfield.
2nd down after that run on the previous play. They're going to run it. And the senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Gain for 3. Third down coming up.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 43. Can they keep the drive going or perhaps face a tough 4th down decision? Can he make it to the marker? Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2. That was that excellent linebacker with a clear path just running downhill quickly.
You know, I think one of the great things about watching this guy play all year is his vision. He just has great instincts. That time the defensive line ate up all the linemen, freed up the linebacker to get into the backfield, and the result is a tackle for a loss for the backer.
First down play call coming up. How aggressive will it be? Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's an out route. The catch made. They bring him down, but an explosive play by this offense. Big game.
Listen, great completion here. Quarterback puts this ball on the money. And when you talk about LSU and you talk about the history, it's easy to bring up Joe Burrow in 2019. But Chris, you've been following this as long as I have. You know that when LSU is really dangerous, they get consistent play from the quarterback. It doesn't have to be Burrow, but just a guy that can be efficient, be a good leader, and complement the running game. And right now you're starting to see that from this team. Good completion. Now, can you do it consistently? Because if you can, with the athletes they have around that position, they become a real threat.
They get him down, but the game moves the ball to a plus 40. It's a solid run. Gives the offense a first down and a new set of downs. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. And there's the handoff. Picks up a short gain, but is swarmed by the defense flying to the football.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Handoff here from the shotgun. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 2.
That's a great play all around by this defense. Your first-level defenders hold their own at the point of attack, allowing the second and third-level players to roam free and make the tackle close to the line of scrimmage.
They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back, looking to throw for the first down. Receiver makes the grab. Completion gains about 6 yards, but now it's a 4th down call.
Now the defense plays it pretty well. Force the quarterback to make the throw in front of you as a defense. Then you square up and make the tackle. Force them to do something special after the catch. That tactic works here. Now you've got a 4th down.
The offense will go for it here on 4th down and 3. Quarterback pre-snap adjustment snap for this defense. And he's throwing for it on 4th down. He'll take a deep shot here. It's incomplete. The defense makes a big 4th down stop.
Chris, what a great job here by this defense on this 4th down play. They knew exactly where to come up with that stop to get the turnover on downs, and they did it.
Comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. Last time they were forced to punt it away. Can they get points out of this possession? Looking to make a play deep downfield. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. So a great return following the pick. They're finally able to get him down.
Boy, great hands by the defender to take that ball away and pretty much steal it from the intended receiver. I don't know if I'd be targeting that defender very many more times.
And here comes the offense back out onto the field now. And the single back takes the handoff. It's a fumble. It's a turnover.
That is tough for the ball carrier here because not only does he take a big hit, but now you're about to get an earful from your coach on the sideline after that turnover.
First down play call. How aggressive will it be? They go with the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31.
Boy, just a great play by the running back here. Just finding his lanes and exploding through the gap when it opened up.
First down here for this offense. The defense with pre-snap movement of its own. And at first down, they go right back to him. They get the senior to the ground, but it's a nice run there.
You know, everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. And for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
Texas A&M is now operating in the red zone. It's a toss play to the right. Makes a nice move there.
The offense that time just trying to get the ball out in the perimeter, trying to find some space to be able to get their speed into. Pretty good job by the defense slowing them down.
Coming to the line on second down. This is important. They want to avoid a third and long. Or it's snapped to the back. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Chris, it's a great touchdown run here by this back, but the continuity of this offensive line was on display, and that's the reason he was able to get into the end zone.
Now the all-important extra point. PAT makes it 7-0. Kickoff team on the field getting set now. That's a deep kickoff, hammered out the back of the end zone for a touchback. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. The last possession ended in a fumble, and that set up a touchdown. So they got to bounce back from that right away. They try the middle, but gain nothing on that play.
Chris, he dropped the ball again. Now he gets it back, but that's the second time we've seen the ball on the ground from this running back. Ball security is paramount. I mean, it's a deal breaker if you do not buy into it as a running back. His coach is not going to be happy that he's put the ball on the ground twice.
Sideline throw caught, but not enough for a first down.
Texas A&M 7, LSU 0.
A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Quarterback checks the defensive look, makes some adjustments. On the third and short, they'll try to throw for it. And here comes a deep shot. And that's incomplete. They weren't afraid to let it fly, but it brings up a fourth down.
Man, on your own side of the field, you're playing a risky game here, 3rd and short. Your goal should just be keep this drive alive the best way you can sometimes. Just hand the ball off to your running back and have him get behind that offensive line and go to work. Curious to see what they do now here on this 4th and short.
Check this out. Offense going for it inside their own 40. Needs a completion here on 4th down. The catch is made for a huge pickup. They've got him, but they convert on 4th down, and the drive keeps going.
Boy, the defense was in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on 4th down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a 1st down.
Looking to throw yet again. There's a shot toward the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, LSU.
Oh, just outstanding execution here by this offense. The offensive line gives the quarterback time, and the quarterback's anticipation was on point. Puts that ball right in the money. The receiver, all he had to do was turn and catch the ball for that touchdown.
Went after, up and good. And with that extra point, we're all tied up now in the 2nd quarter. And it comes out of the 25. No return attempted there. And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field. Remember last time they scored a touchdown. Can they keep clicking here, or the defense come up with a stop? On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. And bring him down, but the back able to pick up some decent yardage in that screen.
Screen plays are risky because the defense can get to the quarterback, and it also can be covered. Many times, the quarterback just throws it away. Here they get some positive yards.
It's a shotgun run call. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman.
You know, in that era that we live in right now, everybody wants to spread the field around, try to create space, try to create one-on-one matchups, and the defense has countered over the years by trying to play out wide. But here's a great example. The defense has the ability to play wide, but still be solid at the line of scrimmage, not give up big run plays.
Running play called on 3rd and short. They make the stop just short of the marker. It's getting 4th down and inches.
Wow, the defense prevented them from getting the 1st down. How about that? Nice job of holding their point there at the defensive line. They came close to getting the 1st, but the defense deserves credit. Now we've got 4th and inches.
So here we go. They're going to go for it on 4th and inches in their own territory. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff.
Yeah, that is a gutsy call to go for it on 4th down in your own territory. But you can see that this coach is confident in his offense and going to their go-to plays that they call specifically for these situations.
Texas A&M getting set with a 1st and 10 now. Here comes the reverse. Tackled way behind the line. He'll lose 6 there.
Well, the backside rules for a defense against the run are to check for the cutback, the counter, or a reverse. That time they stayed home and were in perfect position. Were able to stop that reverse in its track.
Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. Over the middle and incomplete.
Down towards the receiver is incomplete. Brings up 3rd down.
Tough spot. The offense has to convert a 3rd and long from the 30 to get this drive going. And the quarterback drops back looking for an open man. Going for a big play downfield. And that deep shot is caught for a big gain.
Well, this is what you would call a 3-down back. Running backs, they can run between the tackles, they can get outside, and they can also catch the ball out of the backfield. Here, they have the benefit of having one of those kind of backs that can not just catch the ball, but once he gets his hands on the ball, he's got enough wiggle and speed to be able to get after a defense.
The defense drops him for a loss. He went backwards there. A 2nd down behind the sticks now.
Well, a lot of times you match up a wide receiver, you get a linebacker on him. You'd like to think that the wide receiver can shake him. But this linebacker is really athletic and is able to make plays in space.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? And the quarterback looking to make a play through the air. And he's going to stretch the defense, taking a deep shot here. And it's intercepted. Beautiful timing there. Not just the pick, but a big return. Sets up the offense in good position.
Boy, just a drive killer right there, Chris. And he didn't seem to throw that ball with much confidence. Just put it up for grabs. The defense comes down with it.
Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. The last possession, they really had the passing game clicking. Move right down the field for a touchdown. Snags the quick throw. Breaking free at midfield. Breaks into the clear. It's a sprint. Inside the 20. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals. No chance to catch him.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
And the PAT is good. Kickoff team is on the field to boot this one away. Was he on the end line? Apparently not. He's bringing it out. Tackled at the 14. Not very good field position to start here. And here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. They had some good things going in the last drive, but it ended suddenly with the pick. Let's see what they can do here. And he's sacked. He'll be brought down right at the 5-yard line.
This defense recognized that this offense wanted to throw the football. They pinned their ears back, got into attack mode, and came up with a nice sack.
So backed up to their 5-yard line. It's 2nd and long. Drops back from the shotgun, looking for an open man. He's picked for a 3rd time tonight.
Well, this guy obviously did what he needed to do to get himself ready for this game. It's a favorable matchup. He's got a lot of confidence. He's already come up with 2 interceptions in this game alone. Locked in on what he needs to do to be in position and making plays for this defense.
Keep it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers. We had a short field. The offense did exactly what they're supposed to do. That would have been a big ask for the defense there, Kurt.
Absolutely. But when you're given that kind of field position, anything less than a touchdown would be a disappointment. They did exactly what they needed to do by capitalizing on that short field.
Here's the kickoff team. Let's see if they give the returner an opportunity to bring this back. Trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. 1st down. Looking to throw the football. Quarterback finds a target on the right. It's complete. Tackle is made. It's a short gain, well short of the marker.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a 1st down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
They look to throw it here on second down. Tipped and then dropped. A chance to make a play, but instead it's third down.
Boy, this quarterback is really rolling the dice out here today. Remember, he threw an interception the last time they had the ball. I thought he might learn from that, but instead he comes out throwing it into coverage again, somehow catches a break on this tip ball that this one was an interception. He better tighten up his decision-making. He's going to cost himself a game.
Lets it fly to the wideout. Another interception. Wow, that's his fourth tonight. Tackled after a short return to the 23. Nice play by this defense.
Chris, that is back-to-back drives right now for this quarterback and this offense. Nothing seems to be going right. The defense is doing a good job of confusing the quarterback, who's obviously throwing the ball into coverage. They've got to make some adjustments with their attack because right now it's not working.
They'll hand it off. Hard running through a tackle. Touchdown, LSU. This offense is still clicking. Now the important point after attempt. They convert the PAT, so the lead is now 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they get set to send this one away. Here comes the return from deep in the end zone. He's tackled at the 10. Not good field position to start the drive. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. The last possession ended in an interception. Let's see if they continue to trust this quarterback in the passing game. On first down, it's play action. Looking to throw it deep. Caught way downfield for a huge gain. Breaks into the clear right down the middle. End zone ahead. They're not going to get him. He's in. Touchdown, Aggies.
Now we're seeing more and more of this in college football. Guys in that slot that got the ability to get downfield vertically. It's a mismatch if you have the right guy. This time they get the matchup that they want, hit it for a big one.
The extra point is good. Still a 2-touchdown deficit, 28-14. Getting set to kick the ball off now. The kickoff will bounce right through the end zone for a touchback. First down here, the offense has time for one more play before the 2-minute warning. Quarterback changing the play now at the line. First play of the drive, they're going to throw the football. Catch made on the out route. And he's shoved out of bounds by the defense short of the first down marker.
The key here to me, Chris, is the receiver runs a precise route, and the timing is impeccable. The quarterback cannot hesitate, because if he does, it could be pick six going the other way.
Second down play coming up for this offense. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. Quick throw, catch made on the out route. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain, more than enough to pick up a first down.
Chris, that's another positive game for this offense, and this quarterback continues to show why he's had such a great year this year. When he has time to throw, he gets his feet set. He's as accurate as any quarterback in the country.
Looking to throw it on first down. And looking for a big play here. It's a huge gain. He's got it inside the 30. Takes it all the way to the house. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Well, that's a well-oiled machine right there. Everyone on this offense has been a star in their roles. And when they're rolling like this, results in quick and positive results.
And the extra point splits the uprights. Now the kickoff team is out on the field. And he'll take off from deep in the end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over. And And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field. They're in a hole here before they have a chance to regroup at halftime. Let's see if they can cut into this. Here's a shot toward the right sideline. This one is broken up and falls incomplete.
Well, that was beautiful. Man, this defensive back, he's putting on a clinic today on how to defend against the deep ball and man coverage without committing a penalty. I'm sure the secondary coach is very proud of that execution.
He's looking deep here. And that is interception number 5 as the nightmare performance continues. Look out, he's got some space. And he steps out of bounds after the great pick. Solid return to set up his offense.
He didn't really seem to feel like he had anybody open. He just puts it up in the air, and the defense says, thank you, we'll take it.
So here we go. First play of the drive, under 2 minutes before halftime. And looking to throw now on first down. Hit as he gets the pass away. And is intercepted. And that's a solid return after the interception.
Not a real good throw here. He put too much air under the ball, turned into a floater. Now defensively, this is a dream. All you're thinking in that situation is just don't drop it. It's almost like a fair catch on a punt.
And here comes the Aggies offense back on the field. This has been a rough first half. They'll have to regroup at intermission, but in the meantime, let's see if they can get some momentum going. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Solid game there. Moves the ball out to the 32. And the Aggies looking to use the up-tempo offense here. Direct snap to the back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. And they don't block the defensive end and show some quickness, Kirk, getting around the edge that time.
Yeah, this guy's usually getting around the edge to put pressure on the quarterback, but he reminds everybody here that this guy's a complete pass.
And he'll just lob this pass into the middle of the field. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there, but now it's third down.
Well, Chris, the offense takes a shot downfield, and this defender does a great job of making a play on the ball. Not only that, he tips that ball up into the air. Good chance for the defense to come up with an interception there.
Tight end makes the grab. They make the stop, but not before a solid gain that time.
Now we're starting to see this offense look like they've looked all year long. Listen, to be able to get to a playoff opportunity, your offense has got to be able to show an ability to hit throws like this on third down. They hit it, they keep the drive alive. Now they have a chance to put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. He's going to be brought down by that ferocious pass rush. Nice sack. And the timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter.
Well, that's their second sack already in this game right now. And this offensive coordinator, he's going to have to come up with some changes in pass pro. Keep a tight end in, roll the quarterback out, anything they can do to help him out. Otherwise, this poor guy's going to spend his entire playoff experience on his back.
Quarterback looking to throw it on second down. Looking to scramble. On the move here, trying to hit a deep shot. Tried to go very deep there. Good effort. Now it's third down.
Well, that's going to go down as an incompletion, obviously. But I like that the quarterback showed his ability to escape. Broke loose from the pocket and put the ball on a string. But he just wasn't able to come up with that completion.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Fires it on the move. Yet another interception. The disastrous performance continues. And he'll be taken down, but after a good return.
Chris, he's trying to find something. Nothing is there. Everything is covered downfield. He's rolling to his right. Eyes are downfield. But the one thing he doesn't see is that defender who steps in front of that to make that interception.
The offense comes back out there. Not much time left. Perhaps just time for a couple plays before the half. Quarterback making some changes at the line. On 1st and 10, looking to throw. And it's the senior getting home with the sack. Timeout is called to talk strategy. Time for just 1 or 2 plays here before halftime. This will likely be the last play of the half. Looking to pass here on second down. Throws it to the right. He's got it for a big gain. They bring him down, but that gain moves the ball all the way to the 31. Miller's going to wrap up for the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update. The Aggies will kick this away to get the second half going. And the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. And that Bayou Bengals offense is back out on the field. And they'll start the third quarter here on the ground. Breaking free at the 35. Oh, and he breaks free. It's a foot race. Tackle, but only after picking up a fresh set of downs. Well, they finally corral him, but he was untouched at the line of scrimmage. Kirk just burst through a big crease.
I'm going crazy on my defense. Like you said, this guy was untouched. I don't know how they were able to finally catch up to him and bring him down, but there's no excuses at all from the defense after a play like that.
And he's able to find some running room. Nice pickup.
I tell you, to be able to pick up a nice gain like that, those offensive linemen have to sustain their blocks. Gave him a chance at a really nice gain.
Second down after that run on the previous play. It's the wide receiver coming in motion now. Quarterback appears to be changing the play. And here's the handoff. That's a nice tackle there by the senior.
Chris, you know, the spread era over the years has always grown offensively, but I've been always impressed with the defenses that really build their defense to play in space, still have an ability to be sound at the line of scrimmage and defend a running game. It's exactly what we saw right there.
Third and short now for the offense for the plus 25. Already in field goal range, but can they convert, keep the drive going? They'll try to run for the first down. Stopped right there at the line. No gain.
That back just had nowhere to go. Got to give credit to the defense and their run fits on that play.
They've converted one of their two fourth down attempts so far. Looks like we're going to get a third attempt right here. Now the offense will spend a timeout here, wanting to come up with a perfect call on this important play coming up. They will go for it again here on fourth down. They are 1 for 2 so far today. Receiver in motion now. Here we go, fourth down. They'll try to run for it. Brought down to the 22. It's a first down, very near the red zone now.
Well, that's where you know a coach trusts the offensive line and his running back. Fourth down and short, no problem. Give it to the running back, and the back doesn't hesitate at all. He's able to convert and pick up that nice first down.
That's a big gain before he goes out of bounds. It'll move the sticks, more than enough for a first down.
The defense has got to do a much better job here of adjusting to the pre-snap motion. They just kind of stayed in place, and it gave the receiver plenty of room there to make a nice play.
Touchdown, Tigers. And this one is getting ugly. That's another touchdown for this running back. They can't stop him. Dream performance in this playoff game.
Yeah, this is going to be a performance we're going to be talking about for a long time. I just love watching because he's doing it in so many different ways. We've seen speed. We've seen his physicality. He's breaking tackles. Boy, just an absolute dream scenario, as you said.
trying to make a play from deep in his end zone. Solid coverage there. They get him at the 15. That's where the offense will take over.
Texas A&M offense will take over. First and 10.
And here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. Caught quickly. They make the tackle, but not before a solid gain on that pass.
Boy, really nice throw here to the slot receiver, and I love the quickness that he has after the catch. He's essentially a running back playing at that slot position. That's how dangerous he is after he makes a catch.
And he's brought down, but not before he gets first down yardage.
It was a nice job up front by the offensive line, but give the running back an assist for setting those blocks up before he's able to get downfield for the first down.
Makes a quick grab. That's a quick tackle, but they pick up solid yardage on that short throw.
Chris, that's a great example of his arm strength. He just fired the ball in there much quicker than the defense could even react.
Getting set. Here's second down.
Slide 22. Slide 22. Out.
Fakes the handoff, looking to throw. He's escaping the pocket now. On the run, going to heave it downfield. Deep ball is caught for a huge gain here.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. Let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
This Texas A&M offense is moving quickly down the field. Catch hauled in here over the middle. And he breaks the tackle on the way to a solid gain there.
Chris, this guy has a big-time arm. He just zipped the ball in there. You know, you can sometimes show your arm strength in other ways than just bombing it deep.
So down here in the red zone, every yard tough to find. Here is a crucial play coming up. Doesn't quite get in, but it sets up a first and goal for this offense.
Chris, I just don't know about short gains like this, especially keeping the ball on the ground. The clock keeps moving. They need points on that scoreboard in a hurry. Got to throw the football. You cannot afford to allow this clock to keep ticking.
And the Aggies looking to finish the drive here. It's first and goal. Muscles across the goal line. Touchdown, A&M. That's a crucial score. Let's see if they can build momentum and complete this comeback.
Well, I know they're still trailing, but that score is a great first step in trying to break down this lead. You don't want to leave it all to the fourth quarter when the pressure really intensifies and you have limited time.
And the point after is right down the middle. Here's the kickoff team now, set to boot this one away. So no return on this one. Ball just bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. On that last touchdown drive, they just pounded away with the ground game. Let's see if that formula works again. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. First play of the drive, they'll come out throwing. Physical defending. That one falls incomplete. Brings up second down.
Chris, I thought he had his hands on that football. I thought he was going to come down with it. But give the defense all the credit with a big hit to knock that ball loose.
That play makes it second and 10. They'll run it here. Tackled after a 3-yard gain, so it sets up a 3rd and 7.
See, that's how you limit what an offense wants to do. This time, the defense just won the battle up front at the line of scrimmage, not giving up any big plays. Everybody's gap sound. It's really solid defense on that play.
And he'll drop back here on 3rd down. And the senior making a disruptive impact play.
A really good job by this defense. The quarterback looked to be trying to work through his progressions to find his open receiver, but before he knew it, he's on his back.
They bring the punter onto the field now. And on fourth down, the punter sends it away. He's got some daylight turning on the speed. Good effort by the return man. They get him down, but that's a solid gain in the return. Here comes the Texas A&M offense back on the field. Here comes a first down pass attempt. It's a quick grab. They get him down, but the gain moves the ball to the +40.
Well, we saw a lot of this in the first half. They go right back to him again, and we can see the second half, that same trend continuing. If I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm rolling my coverage. Get a corner up in his face and put a safety back behind him. Some kind of double coverage to slow this guy down.
Really solid first down gain. He's just short of the marker, so maybe a chance here to take a downfield shot.
How about the offense here dialing up a good zone beater? Let's give credit to the coordinator for calling the right play at the right time and the receiver finding the hole in that zone.
Quarterback looking to pass here on second down. Receiver makes the catch. Not much after the catch, but it is good enough for a first down.
That's the end of the third quarter. With the score, LSU 42, Texas A&M 21.
Got it.
The Aggies come to the line to start a fresh set of downs.
Let's go.
Linebackers moving around trying to confuse the offense. Makes a quick catch. He shreds the tackle. They bring him down, but that's a solid gain on the play.
You know, we talked this week with the offensive coordinator about what makes this receiver so special. He kept referring to his route running. Here's an example of that. Great route, enough separation to give the quarterback a nice lane to throw the football.
He's got it, looking for the end zone. Brought down at the 7, but the completion moves him into scoring position.
This play takes a little bit of time to develop. The quarterback shows outstanding patience here before he makes that throw.
Here comes a crucial second down play. Every yard tough to find down here in the red zone. And the quarterback dropping back. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete.
Is incomplete. Brings up third down.
So here we go. Third down in the red zone. The kind of play that decides football games. And third and short, they hand the ball off. And they stop him just short. The defense really backed up now. It's first and goal.
This is why they're in the playoff, right? Not just the ability to throw the ball, but you get to a critical moment, a third down, you trust that offensive line to come up with a first down, and they get it.
And the Aggies looking to punch it in here. It's first and goal.
Jackrabbit.
They flip it to him on the jet sweep. And they'll get him down that time.
This is a great job of being prepared by this defense, almost anticipating this play. They're in position to bring him down for a loss.
Ball moved back to the 4 for second and goal.
29 Philly.
Quarterback drops back from the shotgun. Looking to the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. A good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
Now the try here for the extra point. And it's up and good. Now they get set to kick it away. And that kick will just bound into the end zone for a touchback. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. They were held to a quick 3-and-out last time, looking to put together a positive drive here. First play of the drive, they look to the right. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there.
But how about this aggressive approach by this offense? They've got the lead in the fourth quarter, and these guys are continuing to throw the football. I think the offense coordinator understands that he can't allow his team to get too comfortable or complacent, even with having a lead here in the fourth.
Some hard running there through a tackle.
That's exactly how you want to start this drive, working with the lead in the fourth quarter. Take as much time off this clock as possible. That's a great way to get this drive started.
Second down after that run on the previous play. And now the running back's got it again. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1. Third down for the offense. Quick pass, the catch is made. And that game will pick up a first down and move the football to the 36.
I mean, Chris, look at this guy. I mean, you talk about having a great day throwing the football and leading his team to a nice, comfortable lead late in the game, and it continues. The coach is showing confidence of what he can do.
Use the running game to chew on this clock now. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Okay, ready?
Important second down play coming up. And they're moving the receiver now before the snap. A pop pass on the jet sweep. There's a loss after the completion. That's a good play by the defense.
Chris, I always talk about this. You can always gauge a team's toughness as a group by how willing they are to tackle with their corners. Here, the corner shows you he's not just out there to cover, does a good job of being physical and making that play.
Looking to throw it on third and very long. Catch made on the left side. More out of bounds, but it's another big gain. This offense producing chunk plays through the air.
Well, he's been their go-to guy all game long. They needed a big play there on third down. They go his way again, and it works out.
Using the ground game here. Tailback has the handoff. Defense gets him down, but they'll take the gain on that play. And that's the 2-minute warning. This offense looking to run out the clock and secure an impressive win here today. Here's the second down play. Trying to flex the ground game here. Running back takes the handoff. Nowhere to run up the middle.
Well, the back just had nowhere to go. How about the defensive line? They eat up all the blocks up front, freeing those linebackers up to be able to make the play. Just a bad play all around for this offense.
Offense thinking touchdown, not field goal, facing a third and long from the 20-yard line. Takes the handoff and tests the left side. Goes backwards, losing 3 yards there.
Chris, textbook job by the defense, surrounding the runner and preventing that play from being bounced to the outside.
Now a timeout taken by the defense, trying to preserve as much clock as possible for their offense. And out comes the field goal unit. Field goal try, no good. Lead remains at 14 after the miss.
Boy, this guy's usually more reliable than this. I thought that was going to be an easy field goal in 3 points, but instead he misses, so you walk away with nothing.
And the Texas A&M offense heads back out onto the field. The corner's now playing a couple yards off the ball. First down, looking to throw the ball. Quarterback moving out of the pocket, trying to create. That's incomplete. Even on a first down pass attempt, he felt heavy pressure. So after the incompletion, it's second down. Quarterback drops back. And there's a deep throw with the clock winding down. Oh, that one's picked off. He goes down quickly, but that's a takeaway for this defense. Important play.
First and 10.
For the first play of the drive, they'll set up at the 16. There's the handoff. That gain moves the ball out near the 25. And now it's the defense that calls timeout here, trying to get organized and preserve as much clock as possible. Second down after that run on the previous play. And they'll keep it on the ground. Running back has the handoff. Breaking free at the 35. And he breaks clear down the right side. It's a foot race. Tackle made after a big gain.
How about setting the edge there on the right side of that offensive line? I wouldn't be surprised if they keep going back to the well, pounding it behind that right guard and right tackle and tight end, seeing what additional damage they can do.
Of course, in the playoffs, it's survive and advance. This is a crucial W. Great performance, but now the stage gets even bigger. The challenges will continue going forward.
Yeah, more and more pressure will grow as this team continues to win football games, but you and I have been around this team all year long. So impressed with the emotions and how they're able to contain themselves, stay focused on the task at hand. They did that again today. They advance. Cannot wait to watch and see what they can do next week.
And that is going to wrap it up. We enjoyed this one here. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.